Verasity Multivac and Trias, we're going to take a look at descending trading channels mixed with horizontal ranges to see a few options on how each of these three assets can walk itself out of this carnage. Are you ready? Let's go. Starting off with Verasity. The first thing I can note here, taking a look at these origin lines, let me highlight one origin line of interest here for reference. It looks like now that this origin line is passed and the trading channel has taken price below and beyond this origin line, it looks in general terms that Verasity very likely will need to stay within this trading range using this origin line as resistance until it hits the next one and then potentially walk its way out of this trading channel in order to form a more macro lower high into which, if you were a fan of this coin, that might be your chance to sell into that rally and get rid of some of the Verasity you currently hold. Not financial advice, definitely talking about the Pokemon cards that have Verasity on them. That would be your chance in order to sell high and then buy back lower from a Pokemon card standpoint only, clearly, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not offering financial advice. That is my first observation, and you can see these trading channels right here. Let's see how they're flashing there. Let's zoom into a smaller time frame to really take a look at how it's behaving. This point of control, which is the middle line, it is acting as resistance right now. Therefore, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have already gone on a decent little rally here, if it looks like Verasity needs to come back down to the bottom of this and then maybe use this origin line right here, the dotted one that I'm highlighting, as a support base as it potentially walks itself out. And then again, it might not find a bottom until, let's say, the middle of February, in which that would mean that Bitcoin refines current, close to current lows around 35, 34K, something to that effect, as Verasity loses even more, which means it's bleeding versus Bitcoin, which is very expected during, downturns. That's how altcoins work. If Bitcoin finds a low and then comes up and then finds that same low, well, altcoins will have found a lower low. That's just how it works. They bleed and bleed and bleed. I've tried and been warning against this for a while. That would be my guess. And I would be targeting some type of, potential local mid macro low that might not be the bear market low, sometime in mid-February, and then for it to potentially walk itself out of this and form be on its way to forming a big rally here on a percentage basis to form its first higher low on a macro structure for the first time since it's been stuck in the channel. I think that could begin walking its way out in early March. Early to mid-March is when it'd be walking. Early March, first week of March. Is when it could do that if it walks up this origin line here. Let me go ahead and highlight that, make that a little bolder here for you. See that? How I made that a little bolder, and that's what we're staring at there. That would be the time frame and the structure on how it's going to do that. Now let's take a look at to see if that agrees with any horizontal lines within the macro horizontal ranges that we have set. So let's dive back into Verasity real quick. I'm going to take off I'll leave on the origin lines, and then let's just layer stuff in, almost like building a picture or a painting or something to that effect. Let's go like this. This is suggesting that it's going to not want to find the. Here, let me rebold this origin line here. This would suggest that it's not going to find lows quite that low, but rather walk sideways and hit that origin line on a sideways walk. This origin line needs to be made a little bit bolder. Let's make it pink. That hot pink origin line. So because of this point of control box here going sideways, you see this box that I'm filling in? It looks like this could provide support for it to walk sideways, in which near the end of its walking journey, if it were to come up and out of the trading channel, which are flashing right now, the trading channel, it looks like it would find that origin line on its walk across the point of control. So I guess I wouldn't make a guess down to 1.3 cents, which would be this. It could do it on a wick. That could happen on a wick, and I would kind of guess that, but it does have Verasity does have a strong chance to maintain 1.5 cents here, which is the bottom of this point of control, and then again walk its way sideways. And therefore, I would look for one more lower low within local price action of Verasity. I would expect this to break down and at least, roughly hit 1.5 cents. So that would be 0.015. That would be my target, and that would probably be a pretty good area to try to, if you were interested in accumulating and trading this, to try to pick some up as it walks along in order to sell into a bigger rally that could happen early March. And that is Verasity. Now we're going to dive in. So Verasity fans, you might want to stick around for the analysis of Trias and Multivac, because the way the channels are interacting with their horizontals are a little bit different, but in the near future these same things could end up applying to Verasity, and you'll just have more practice under your belt. And before we jump into that, let's go ahead and make sure that we take a quick moment to help out your darn content producer here. Flip your phones or get flipped off for me. A little late on the draw here. Flip your phones, hit the like button for me. It's going to help out the algo so I can continue making videos. And what helps out even more for me, if now that we're taking a quick intermission, leave me a random comment. My favorite random comment from the month of January, let's see if February can beat this, was soft eggs. That was I found that to be a funny random comment for some reason. Let's see if you all can beat it, and give your best try down below in the comment section. And let's also, for new viewers, hit the subscribe button if you're a fan of one of these three assets. And at the end of the video, I'm going to link you to a trading view tutorial so you can learn how to set up a chart just like mine. It's 20 minutes long, and it'll drastically change your experience for the better within crypto markets. Let's dive back into this. I provide frequent altcoin, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency updates on Twitter, 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙚 𝐾𝙤𝙤 My handle is 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙚 with the number 2 afterward. Turn on your camera and microphone and ask me questions directly and live, up to 8 times a week. Links to the Discord community within the description section of all my videos. If joining an online community is not your thing, but you want exclusive content above and beyond what I offer on YouTube, hit the join button below this video, and a new video will pop up describing your options to you. Now let's dive into, let's do Multivac next. I got the same type of thing lined up here, and therefore I have 3 things going on here. Let me open up my object tree. So we have the macro range, which is flashing now, and all, if you want to draw this on your chart, I have the levels here. You might want to take the time to do this if you're haven't done that yet. So the macro range, then we have the trading channel, which is now flashing. All right, and then we have origin lines. So the origin lines are flashing. They're the light gray things behind everything. All right. Now, this is, okay, let's highlight this one origin line right here, make it hot pink again. Now, this is kind of what I was talking about on Verasity. It looks like, let's take off the origin. Let's take off, just know that the price of Multivac is stuck within these trading channels to make this less distracting. There we go. You see how this was used as support on the money? Verasity didn't do that. Verasity went under and used it as resistance, which is why I think it needs to walk down a little bit lower or walk sideways until it hits an origin line, so it can walk on that origin line and then potentially walk itself out of the trading channels, which would be here. Okay, potentially walk itself out of the trading channels. And now that Multivac has found, at least for now, support on that highlighted pink origin line, it is possible that a fairly major rally for Multivac does happen sooner than Verasity. I think it's a better candidate for a potential rally. And then again, if you see it kind of walking its way out, it would probably get some velocity getting out of this, make another higher low, and then potentially find some volume up here, and then make a macro high somewhere between this local top and this local top, something to that effect. It could be a really big run. I mean, from that corner point, I mean that's a 2x. If somebody were to catch it at the corner pocket there, corner pocket meaning where this triangle right here is formed. See how that kind of forms a triangle? If that were to play out, again, it's not guaranteed that could happen. Multivac could easily break down, want to find the next origin line down, which let's go ahead and highlight that. Let's make this one back the way it was, and let's highlight this one. The next one down, it goes through the pink point of control. So this is the point of control here, this box. And I could see this happening where it comes down and finds the point of control, which is the box, and simultaneously finding that origin line and then walking itself out. And that would align also with Bitcoin trying to find a higher low before it continues its rally. But it does have a pretty solid chance of maintaining this posturing. This doesn't look bad from this chart, just with the chart only, without taking Bitcoin into consideration. It looks like it wants to hold that and potentially, try to rally from here. I wouldn't doubt it quite at that moment. But I would give those the first, I would make those the top two most likely options. That if it finds this origin line as support, keeps walking up and sideways, and then out of this trading channel as option number one, perhaps the most likely. And the second one, if it can't hold that, uses as resistance, comes down to the point of control. Also, the pink origin line here walks its way out, finds this corner pocket here, and then tries to bust up and out of here to make a macro lower high, into which your Pokemon cards, you would want to, take your Pokemon cards on the market and sell into that, so then you could sell high and then buy back lower at a later time. And that would be my best two guesses for price action of Multivac over the next month. Now let's take a quick moment. We're going to dive into Trias. Let's get going. All right, Trias, same thing. I don't know if I have origin lines for Trias, do we? Yeah, we do. Okay. Nope, they're way up there. So they've fallen out of the origin lines I've I've already prefabricated. So we're going to deal with the macro trend right here. All right. And then also we're overlaying that with the trend lines right here, which I guess I did not group. And let's go ahead and if you're watching what I'm doing, this is how you do it on your chart as well. Channel or something like that. All right, and drag it into there. Now you can make them go like this. Kind of a quick trading view tutorial right on YouTube for free. There you go. All right, and if you didn't catch that, just rewind and watch my clicks over here with my mouse. And the way you do that is the object tree. Oh, you can't see it down on the side of the chart. Let's make this a little smaller or something to that effect. And it's this. You still can't see it. Damn it. There you go. Right there. That thing is the object tree. So it kind of goes like that. And, when you have price here and all that stuff, it's the object tree. And that's how you do that. Anyway, let's dive back into this. Trias is pretty similar analysis as Multivac. It looks like it has found potential support here at this. See this yellow line right there going straight across? This is kind of like the 3/4 line of the yellow range. So you have a yellow range and a green range, happy range, and then bleed box. Bleed box is its own range in which it is now. It looks like it has a chance to have found a sideways path into which it can find a corner pocket here and then make a macro lower high a little bit later, a rally into which, you folks who want to sell their Pokemon cards, I would say it could get up to like $10.50. That would probably, if I held Trias, that's where I would probably be targeting to sell high the Pokemon cards to buy back down significantly lower later. I mean, perhaps even 60 to 70% lower if that were to happen. But at the same rate, if Bitcoin were to leg down here to make another higher low, I would suspect that Trias might want to come down closer to $4.40 for the second most likely option. But right now, Trias does, I would say, the first most likely. It looks like it wants to hold on to this and then try to bust up and out of here for some type of rally that could lead, I don't know, up to 1050. I'm not saying quite that high necessarily, but 45% run up to an 86% run, something to that effect. It could be pretty hefty. And again, today's day and age without altcoin season, I mean, anything over 15% is pretty damn solid trade, especially if you had entered at a 0.15% lower as opposed to just writing this down. But anyway, that is the first most likely is it holds this line somewhere close to $5.50, holds that horizontal, gets in the quarter pocket, works its way out to either charge up to about 820 or to 1050. That'd be price path number one over the next month and a half, February and through March. And then the second price path is Bitcoin has to leg back down somewhere closer to 35, 34, in which Trias comes back down to this box, hits the point of control line here, and then finds a corner pocket in this triangle here and then makes those same legs up. And if that were to happen, I would still give similar price points, but it's just the percentages up would be higher because it would be coming from lower, but I would still say a price would be attracted to the same levels. Therefore, there's a pro and con there. If you're currently entered, okay, you don't want to see it go down first. If you're already in Trias and you're looking for an escape route, essentially with your Pokemon cards, but if you are looking to enter, you have a couple different potential entries in order to find that rally. That is how I would interpret these charts for now from a structural standpoint. If you didn't catch my Bitcoin video from earlier today, check out this video here. If you want to watch a trading view tutorial, 28 minutes long, could be the best 28 minutes that you've ever spent in crypto in order to set up a chart just like mine. Click this video right here. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit the circle in the middle, and you just got 𝘾𝐤𝙣𝙣𝙗 worldwide. Peace.